Now, if you haven't noticed, guys, I'm done covering the Bundesliga. I'm done with that shit. I'm done with that shit. Right now, we're in Champions League mode. The Bundesliga's done. I'm done making Bayern post-match reactions, match ratings for every player. We're done for. This is UCL mode. We are in UCL. We're at that stage of the season. UCL only. This is what I fucking live for. If the UCL didn't exist, I might not be on this planet. If the UCL did not exist, I might not be breathing and speaking to you guys. So when we're in UCL mode, we strap in. And tomorrow we got second leg of the quarterfinals. Barcelona, PSG, Atletico Dortmund. Two game, all the quarterfinal games, everything to play for. Tomorrow, the first two semifinalists on one side of the bracket will be determined. We're gonna go over each game right now. We're gonna go over each team right now, what they need to do. The keys, guys, the keys of what they need to do. Hokage is gonna give it to you straight. Okage's gonna give it to Starat. Astarato. Akarapatiko. Okay? Okay? That's how I'm gonna do. Okay? Alright. So I'm not even gonna fuck around. First game. PSG versus Barcelona. Let's talk about PSG. I got my note, guys. Look at these notes. Look at these fucking notes. Look at this analysis on my fucking notepad right now. PSG. Mbappe. Look into my eyes, Mbappe. It's time to ball. Kylian Mbappe. Au revoir, Louis Vuitton. It's time to ball, man. You need to score. And PSG, you need to score first. Mbappe, it's time to ball, and PSG need to score first. Barca outplayed you guys. Barca outplayed PSG. I thought PSG was picking up steam. I thought PSG was in form. They're wrapping up Ligue 1. But Barca dunked on these dudes. Barca dunked on them. It was bad. Don't let 3-2 distract you. Barca dominated PSG. Barca dominated these Paris fucks. And I just don't get why. I think the first issue for PSG is this PSG midfield just can't function. Vitinha, Fabian Ruiz, Kengan Lee, whoever it is, they just can't function. And so the key for PSG, Mbappe, it's time for you to ball. All right, Mbappe, you got locked down by a 17-year-old virgin. Kubarsi, I saw your Instagram likes, Kubarsi. I saw Lana Rhodes. I saw what you're liking, bro. That's who Mbappe got locked down by. So besides Mbappe, can this PSG midfield just for one game finally function? This has been one of PSG's biggest issues throughout the history of the club. They've never had a solid functioning midfield. And I don't know what it is. Verratti's gone. He was never that good. He never delivered for PSG. Vitinha, Fabian Ruiz, Ugarte, Kangen Lee. These guys just can't gel. They just can't do it for some reason. But can they? You know, they might not do it all season, but can they just for one game switch it on? For one game, can they switch it on? Let's see. That's going to be a key for you, Paris. That's going to... Unai Emery. No, sorry, not Unai Emery. Luis Enrique. What the fuck? Unai Emery. I'm living in 2016. Luis Enrique. Get these boys to play one good game. You could win the game. Okay? Hakimi's back. I think Hakimi's back. I'm almost 100% sure Hakimi's back for PSG here. You guys, PSG's back line is very good. Left back, Nuno Mensch. Right back, Hakimi. All right, he might... I don't know why he's not in jail. I remember that one scandal a year ago. If you guys remember that, I won't talk about that. They have Barcelos, amazing young Brazilian center back. 20 years old. Lucas Hernandez, in my opinion, one of the best 1v1 defenders in the world. They have Milan Skriniar on the bench for fuck's sakes right now. That's a great back line. And relatively young. That's a great and relatively young back line. So PSG, the defense looks good on paper, but you guys still three goals was put past you guys last week. Last Wednesday, 3 goals was put past you guys. So can this PSG, the defense needs to be switched on, disciplined. No stupid shit. Okay? No stupid shit. Think before do. Don't listen to Yoda. There is no I think or whatever he says. Only do. Shut up, Yoda. You're not a footballer. You're a Jedi. And for the defense here, they need to think before they do. Ousmane Dembele, you need to show up again. Ousmane Dembele, you need to show up again. Yes, Mbappe ghosted, and yes, Ousmane Dembele and Vitinha, they popped up with 2 goals. I get it. Fabian Ruiz, great little pass into Vitinha. Vitinha, great finish. Ousmane Dembele, great finish. But Mbappe, Mbappe, you need the ball, but Ousmane Dembele, you can't take a game off. You already scored. Do it again. Do it again, because I could see a scenario where Mbappe is trying his hardest this game, and Mbappe does play better because Mbappe did get locked down last game. I could see a scenario where Mbappe is threatening. All the focus shifts to Mbappe, and I could see a scenario where Ousmane Dembele all of a sudden finds himself with lots of space, lots of openings to go 1v1, and to take advantage of that. So Ousmane Dembele, yes, he's a brainless footballer. Yes, he doesn't seem to think before he does things. He just does things for the sake of it and runs around like a headless chicken. But Ousmane, flip that little tiny brain of yours on, and you could do something this game. So PSG, Mbappe, you're supposed to be this next GOAT. It's time to ball. Hakimi is back. That's a strong defense. Stay disciplined. Can this midfield for one game just function? Just one game. Can they function? And Dembele, can you take advantage of the focus that's going to be on Mbappe? You took advantage last time. Take more. Take more. Don't settle for one goal. Go for more, bro. Come on. Never shoot for just the sky. Shoot for the fucking stars, Dembele. Shoot for the fucking stars, you brainless fuck. Barca. Great game, guys. Barca, that was a great game. That was a great game. But I need to tell you something about this Barca team. Yes, it was 3-2. Those 2 goals were concerning. Barca, those 2 goals were concerning. So really, the key thing for Barca here in this game, avoid collapse. Avoid collapse, because we saw this Barca team can lose concentration. They can fall asleep. They can concede 2 goals in the space of 5 minutes. And sure, you kept Mbappe quiet for 90 minutes, but can you keep him quiet for another 90? Let's see. I don't think so. So for Barca, the key here, the main overarching theme for Barcelona, don't collapse. Coach Hokage has it on his notes. Don't collapse. Stay switched on. Stay focused. Barca was the better team, but we saw they can lose focus. They can collapse. And if PSG was smarter, if PSG had that killer instinct, if LSG had that dog in them, they could have taken more advantage of that little space they had where they were scoring those goals. They could have, if that was a peak Bayern, if that was City, if that was Real Madrid even, bro, they put 4 or 5 goals past you, and they wash the game. They finish it off. They destroy the tie. So Barca, you need to avoid collapse. Gundogan needs to dominate again. Ilkay, yes, I have my beef with you, Ilkay. Yes, you can't perform ever for Germany, and you always never do anything for the national team. I get it, Gundo, but you are a fantastic club player. You're one of City's key players for the treble. This season, you've probably been Barca's best player all season long. Let's be real. Gundogan's been Barcelona's most consistent and best player this season. And Gundogan, you were fantastic. You were fantastic. But can you do it again? Let me just double check. I want to double check this stat for Gundogan. I just want to double check this stat for Gundogan. Okay? No stats. Let's not be stat merchants. Gundogan, you need to dominate again. But I'm sorry, it can't just be going on. Yes, this player, he had a great game. Yes, he was holding the ball up well. Yes, he almost scored. Yes, he had the pre-assist to one of Barca's goals. I think it was the first Rafinha goal or the second one. But Lewandowski, Leva, my former GOAT, the guy who I would dick ride for on Twitter all year long for that Ballon d'Or season. Lewandowski, remember how I vouched for you. Remember how I vouched for you, bro. Yes, you had a good game last week, but you need to get a goal this time. You need to finish your chance. You need to get in better positions in the box. You need to command the ball. You need to get the ball, turn with it, combine, and be a leader. Because to avoid collapse for Barcelona, yes, Gundogan needs to dominate. Yes, the defense needs to switch on, but the rest of the team needs to have the feeling that we are going to score. And Lewandowski, you're that outlet. Lewandowski, people were shitting on you, but let's be honest, Lewandowski's having an underrated season. And now if he could come up clutch and secure Barca a semi-finals place in the Champions League, first time since when? 2019? That's big, Lewa. That's big. So you have to come up big. Lamine. Get Lamine in 1v1 situations. Get Lamine Yamal in 1v1 situations. The guy is such a good dribbler. And if you can get him 1v1 in a counter against Nuno Mendes, things can happen. Magic can occur. So Yamal, get this boy in 1v1 spaces and just let him cook. Give the ball to him and just let him cook. And Pedri's going to be, I'm sure Pedri's going to start this game. That bum Sergio Roberto was not starting because he got a yellow card. He has a yellow card suspension. Pedri, you've been forgotten about a little bit the last 2 years. You have. The injuries have been killing you. But Pedri, this is the stage against Mbappe, against the prodigy, against the World Cup winner and person who scored a hat-trick in the World Cup final. This is the game where you could announce yourself back to the world. To the world. The world has been sleeping on you. I think, yes, Yamal is such an amazing player. Yamin Lamal is such an amazing player. I think Pedri is the most talented Spanish youngster coming up still. And Pedri, this is the game. Alongside Frankie, alongside Gundo. It's time to ball, Pedri. It's time to remind the world who you are. Yes, I'm a Musiala stan, yes, but I like all these players. Pedri is a fantastic player. His eye for pass, brilliant. Pedri, it's time to show it. So my final score prediction, guys. My final score prediction for the PSG Barca game. Yes, I think Mbappe will show up. Yes, I think Mbappe will score. But I was so impressed with Barcelona last week. I was so impressed. Barcelona, congratulations. You're going to a Champions League semifinal against either Dortmund or Atleti because you guys will be 2-1 winners. 5-3 on aggregate. And it's going to be a good time for Barca fans. It's going to be a good time. Let's go to the next game. Atletico Madrid versus Borussia Dortmund. Atleti. Don't let Dortmund get into their game. Dortmund's home record in the Champions League at the Signal Iduna Park is fantastic. City goes there, they can't get wins. PSG couldn't go there. AC Milan, Newcastle couldn't go there this season and get wins. You are going into a team, yes, Dortmund are clowns. Yes, we shit on them. Yes, they've been disgracing the Bundesliga for years now. For almost 10 years, they've been disgracing the Bundesliga. But these guys are serious at home. You cannot walk up and just think you're going to pimp slap them. So don't let Dortmund get into their game. And you know how you do that? Play dirty. Pull out the classic Simeone style, dirty, son of a bitch, tackles, complaining, beef, flopping, everything. Play dirty to an extent. And disrupt Dortmund's play. Do not let them get comfortable. Do not let them get comfortable with the fans behind them, with the yellow wall screaming and shouting. Do not crumble. Do not let them get comfortable because they will score that. Dortmund will score that way. So it's up to you guys. One of Dortmund's key weaknesses is that defense. So big key, you saw it in the first leg. Put pressure on Mats Hummels. put pressure on Nico Schlotterbeck. And yes, he's a good goalie. Yes, he's good at shot stopping. Gregor Kobel has had a couple good seasons for Dortmund now. But put pressure on Gregor Kobel. Put pressure on Mats Hummels. Put pressure on Schlotterbeck. And they will fall. They will crumble. They will make a mistake. You saw that on the first leg. You took advantage of it. You went 2 goals up. Do it again. The moment Mats Hummels is about to touch the ball, get under, get in his personal space, breathe in his face, eat garlic bread before the game, and breathe in his face like that. And they will crumble. Don't try to play for a draw, Atleti. Don't try to play for a draw. That is a disaster waiting to happen. Atleti, you play for a draw, you're asking for trouble. Dortmund will punish you at home in the Signal Iduna Park if you go there to play for a draw and thinking that will get you to the semifinals. That will not. That will not. So you must go there, you must attack, play dirty, put pressure on Schlotterbeck and Hummels, and you should be fine. You should be fine. So for Atleti, do those things and you will be A-okay. You will be A-okay. Dortmund. Yes, you beat Bayern like 3 weeks ago. Yes, you pimped us. I'll try to cut this shit talking, you know? You have been disgracing this league, the Bundesliga. You have been disgracing my beautiful league for about half a decade now. You guys, with your defensive mistakes, selling all your good players, bottling the Bundesliga, acting like clowns. You guys have been disgracing Bayern. You guys have been disgracing Germany. You guys have been disgracing the Bundesliga for a couple years now. So please, Dortmund, the key for you guys here, play discipline, man. Play discipline. No mistakes. None of that bullshit. None of that bullshit. Mistakes in the back. Hummels taking too long on the ball. Passing it across the back to an open opposition player. None of that shit. None of that shit. Dortmund, it's time. If you could get to a semifinal, beating Atleti, getting through the group of death, you will redeem yourselves. You will tell Europe that you guys aren't this clown team anymore. That you guys need to be taken seriously. That you can't just go up against Dortmund because people think you could go up against Dortmund and just get an easy win. Take your fucking integrity back, you fucking idiots. Play discipline this game. That's the biggest key. Get Sancho. Get Jadon Sancho if he's fit. Yes, he was battling with illness this weekend. If Sancho is fit, get him in 1v1 scenarios because he was cooking last game. When he got the ball, he was cooking, styling, getting past players. He was looking great. Get Sancho in front of the Signal Iduna crowd in 1v1 scenarios and see what happens. Midfield has to relieve pressure on the defense. Sabitzer, whoever's playing, Emre Can, Sabitzer, Sami Özcan, whoever it is, they need to relieve pressure off of the back line. Do not lose the ball in stupid scenarios. When the back line, when Schlotterbeck, when Ryerson, when Hummels, when Ian Matson has the ball, open up for passes. Always give him an outlet. When you have the ball, don't give it away cheaply. Don't expose your back line in very dangerous situations. Sabitzer, you need to have a great game. Marcel, yes, I wanted you to succeed at Bayern, but you're at Dortmund now. I need you to stay disciplined here, Marcel. Marcel, I need you to stay disciplined here. Dortmund, don't concede first. Dortmund, don't concede. I could see it. I can literally see it that you guys concede first in like the first 20 minutes off a mistake, but just don't concede first. You need to score first because if Atleti scores first, they will bottle up into the peak Atleti terrorism defense and you will not win the game. So Dortmund, you need to score first. And last key, yes, He was quiet last game. Füllkrug was quiet last game. Haller was looking like he was going to start, but Haller got injured on the weekend. Get the ball to Niklas Füllkrug's feet and help him out. Too many times Dortmund get the ball to Niklas Füllkrug's feet, and they just leave him up there alone, no options against 4 defenders. He ain't Messi. He ain't fucking Messi. He's a guy with 3 missing teeth, and who's entered his prime late. Get the ball to Füllkrug's feet, move, and help him out. Avoid Füllkrug isolation. Avoid Füllkrug getting isolated when he gets the ball. I want Sancho. I want Maatsen. I want Bino Gittins, Adeyemi, whoever is playing, to give him those options. So with those points being said, it's tough. It's tough to predict. It's tough to predict the score for Atletico Dortmund. It's tough. But I'm going to say 2-1 Dortmund. But obviously the first leg was 2-1, so I'm going to say 2-1 Dortmund. Extra time. Atletico Madrid on penalties. I'm sorry, Dortmund. If Dortmund can get past this game into the semifinals, I could finally start trusting them again. But right now, they don't have that trust. I'm going for them to get a 2-1 win in 90 minutes, going to extra time. That's already showing a lot of trust in this Dortmund team that is known to bottle. And I think at the end, Atleti win on penalties. They shithouse their way on a penalties win. So big games tomorrow. Legacy's on the line. Narratives on the line. A place in the semifinal for 4 teams who didn't think, let's be honest. PSG, Barcelona, Dortmund, Atleti. At the beginning of the season, we weren't thinking of these guys as semifinalists. And yes, they may have gotten lucky with Bayern, Arsenal, City, and Real Madrid all getting drafted onto the other side of the bracket. But this is an opportunity. Both games are up for grabs. Will the teams take it? I will be tuning in to fucking find out. Big games tomorrow. Big games. Big games. I have Barca going through. 2-1 win tomorrow for Barcelona. And like I just said right now, Dortmund 2-1 goes to penalties. Atleti win. I can't wait for tomorrow, guys. And obviously tomorrow, I'm going to drop my Bayern message for Arsenal. I'm going to drop that Real Madrid Man City pre-match. Tune in for that. Until then. Oh. You guys, I love the Champions League. I love the Champions League. I was about to give my intro, but I just need to say I love the Champions League. There's nothing like it. There's nothing like it. There's nothing fucking like it. I'm just gonna stop myself before I start yapping. See you guys tomorrow. Peace, peace, peace. Hashtag mental health. Hashtag Champions League time. Hashtag this is what I live for.